we'll see how the process areas map to the agile concepts and practices. Okay, so before we get into CMI, typically, I mean, we'll first see what is a process. A process we can define as a set of interrelated activities which transform inputs and then generate outputs, and with a given purpose. Probably it might take some help of some tools, methods, or materials, or even people. So what do you typically, what are the typical characteristics of a process? Probably you can say that a process would be documented, it should be simple, it should be measurable, it should be flexible, and it should be stable, and probably it should have some clearly defined gates. That is, what should be the input criteria and what is the exit criteria. Okay, so why are we giving a lot of emphasis on process? Because generally there is a premise that the quality of a product or a solution is largely determined by the quality of the process that is used to develop and maintain it. Okay, so it goes without saying that process is definitely important. So based on this emphasis, CMMI has been developed, and if you look at the origins of CMMI, it was started or initiated by the Department of Defense at US with the help of Carnegie Mellon University, and they developed this model. So what is CMMI all about? CMMI is nothing but a collection of characteristics of effective processes that provides guidance for improving an organization's process so that the organization can be in a mature state, so that it is easier for it to develop products or solutions, and also to provide services. And CMMI is actually a model, and it shows us what to do and not how to do it. Basically, there are some examples which are given as part of CMMI documentation, but it really focuses on what to do and not what is the method in which you do it. So it goes without saying that it has to be applied rather than, it's not an implementation methodology or a practice. So it is rather a set of concepts that we'll have to apply in an organization to probably mature from a process perspective. Looking at the different disciplines of CMMI, there are three different disciplines. One is on development. When I say development, it focuses on how do you build stuff. Probably how do you build or develop or create stuff, and all the processes are related to that. The second discipline is on acquisition, so that handles with how do you buy stuff, or how do you probably have contracts with different providers or customers. And the third discipline is on services. How do you provide services, and probably it could be intangible, and basically based on service requests, how do you provide services both internally as well as to your external customers. Moving on to different structures or different representations of CMMI, there are two different representations. One is the stage representation, and in a stage representation is a proven sequence of improvements which has been established, which serve as a foundation for each level, which serves as a foundation for the next. Okay, so there have been certain set of process areas which we'll be looking into, which have been grouped and probably determined as a predefined set, probably which will enable the organization to move ahead in terms of its maturity level. The other representation is the continuous representation. It allows the organization to select the order of improvement that best meets the organization's business objectives, and also to mitigate any of organization's areas of risk. So probably from a stage representation, it answers a question: what is a good order for approaching improvement across the organization? So it is actually a development or a process improvement across the organization. In terms of the continuous representation, probably it answers the question: what is a good order for approaching improvement of a particular process area? So specific areas, probably if the organization decides to improve on it, so probably they can make use of the continuous representation. what are the different maturity levels? Okay, so as I said, in terms of a stage representation, we have different maturity levels. So typically we have 5 maturity levels. So the first one is the initial level, that is where the basic level where the processes are unpredictable, not controlled, and everything happens in a very haphazard manner. The next level, the second level, is the managed level where process are characterized by projects and they are reactive. So actually each project follows its own process. It's not clearly defined across the organization. The third maturity level is the defined level where the process are characterized across the organization, and it's more of a mode, proactive mode. And the fourth maturity level is where the process measured and are controlled. The fifth is maturity level is on the optimizing level, where the focus is on continuous improvement, where it's an optimized state where greater emphasis on process improvement. Similarly, we have something similar to the maturity levels called the capability levels. I mean, in a similar manner, we have 4 different levels: performed, managed, and defined. And the capability levels are applicable for a continuous representation, whereas the maturity levels are focusing on the stage representation. We'll be more focusing on the